engaging the community since 1970. This is WIS Awareness.
Good morning, I'm Leland Pender. Thank you for joining us today for Awareness. Historic Columbia and the entire community is gearing up for the 39th annual Jubilee Festival. The community is invited to come out to celebrate and learn more about Black history, culture, and music with performances, engaging activities, and plenty of educational opportunities. The festival sheds a light on the rich and storied history of Black culture and many of the people who have paved the way for others to do and accomplish great things. Music will be a focus of this year's festival. Two local musicians who became masters of their craft were very successful and celebrated by many will be honored. An all-out celebration of Black history, culture, and music. Every year since 1978, Historic Columbia's Jubilee has been enlightening and enriching the community.
It will bring the spirit of our ancestors to that particular moment, and then we'll all feel it and we'll enjoy it together.
This year, the celebration will center around two Midlands music legends, Skip Pearson and John Blackwell.
Both of these guys love music. 24 hours, 7 days a week, and we'll do it all day, anytime, if you let them.
Willie E. Lyles, retired longtime band director at W.J. Keenan High School in Columbia, knew the men well. Skip as a fellow musician and educator, and John first as a student, then later as a friend and equally passionate musician.
When John was in school, basically had to run him out of the band room. And then when he leave the band room, he would go home and practice.
Practice made perfect.
Most of the cats, musicians I know who have, quote, what they call made it in the world, they spend a lot of time practicing.
Pearson, a jazz artist, and Blackwell, a drummer, both would go on to impressive decades-long careers. They played alongside big names like Miles Davis and Sam Cooke for Pearson. Blackwell played drums for Prince for 15 years. They played all over, but both were passionate about their home state of South Carolina. Pearson was a veteran, a Claflin graduate, and also a music teacher and band director in rural Midland school districts for many years. Jimmy Wright sits on the board for this year's Jubilee.
From music to just heritage in general, South Carolina, I mean, this is the place where we came. This is one of the major ports where we came in, so our culture came here. And so, you know, when we say that we're going to celebrate the Jubilee Festival here in South Carolina, then, you know, we should be doing this better than anybody else from any other state because their ancestors are here. You may not even know there are a lot of people from South Carolina living in Chicago, living in California, living in New Orleans, living in New York, but they came through South Carolina.
The scope of their influence was far-reaching. The news of both men's passing this year reverberated throughout the music industry and here at home. Pearson at 80 due to complications from bone cancer. Blackwell just 43 after a battle with cancer as well.
Both of them enjoyed life right up until the end.
But their spirits and impact live on. For Pearson, one place is at the Hunter-Gatherer on Main Street in Columbia. He played here weekly for 20 years.
That was one of the only spots you can go to, really, to listen to jazz here in Columbia.
Lyle says he was there to perform just as much as he was to teach and mentor others.
He would take time with anybody who came in there who wanted to learn anything about jazz.
They were prolific artists, hometown legends, and adored by many. Lyle's hopes fans will always remember their talent and contributions, but will maybe see them in another light, too.
We see a lot of celebrities, but we don't know them as human beings. And this part I'd like to share with everybody.
And our thanks to Mr. Lyles and Mr. Wright for sharing with us this morning. Coming up after the break, we'll talk to the organizers, more of the organizers of this year's Jubilee, as well as this year's headlining entertainment, who also knew those men, and they had an influence on her as well. And Sherry Marie will also perform after the break.
Been in a car wreck? Needs your check? Don't scream, call Akeem.
We got a $625,000 settlement for our client who was involved in a head-on collision.
Call all twos now.
To get your attorney, dial all twos.
Take a new look at Amazon Jobs. it's more than just a job. It's an opportunity. We're making on-the-spot offers for full-time positions at Amazon Fulfillment. As an Amazonian, you'll earn top pay rates, plus performance-based bonuses, medical benefits from day one, and career choice tuition assistance. As an Amazon associate, you're the one behind the smile when the package arrives. Discover what your future holds. Apply today at amazon.com/WCJobs.
See the weather coming your way with WIS Skyview. Live weather cameras where you live, on TV, the web, your phone, and on your tablet. WIS Skyview. Sponsored by Great Southern Homes. Live green. Live smart.
Technology is all around us. Stay connected to it all with Spectrum. Spectrum TV has superior HD picture and sound, and access to thousands of on-demand titles, including primetime favorites, for only $29.99 per month. Just call 844-376-2999. Spectrum Internet has the fastest internet starting speeds for the price, and enough bandwidth to keep everyone's devices connected without lag or data caps, plus a free modem, so you can surf and stream for only $29.99 per month. Spectrum Voice lets you talk all you want to family and friends in the U.S., Canada, Mexico, and more with unlimited nationwide calling and no added taxes or fees. In a world filled with technology, Spectrum delivers. No contracts and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 844-376-2999. Spectrum TV, Internet, and Voice. $29.99 per month each. Call now. 844-376-2999.
All right, good morning. Welcome back to Awareness. To tell us more about this year's Jubilee, I'm joined by Dawn Mills Campbell on the committee for the festival, as well as James Quint with Historic Columbia. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
All right, so real quickly, just to begin, tell us about the significance of this festival and why we continue to have it every single year.
Well, this festival is significant because it's a bringing together of the community to just celebrate coming home and celebrating our African-American heritage and just bringing everybody together for a good time.
And so we're honoring and celebrating Skip Pearson and John Blackwell, two local musicians who had lifelong careers and went on to do some really great things at home and around the whole country and world. Why was that important to really focus in on them?
Well, it was important to focus on them because they have hometown ties right here to South Carolina, and they went on to do remarkable things nationwide, you know. And so we want to give back and just recognize them for how they've paved the way for so many other musicians, and James could probably add to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that people really we want to tell people about is just how vibrant the music scene here is in Columbia, especially within the African American community, and how much influence these two individuals, John Blackwell and Skip Pearson, had on the local music scene. And so at this year's festival, you're really going to get a good feel for the rising talent here in Columbia today, but also honoring the legacies in the past and who influenced these musicians as they perform.
And talk about their influence if you can, because they've inspired countless people here at home and abroad.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's from attending school and kind of influencing the music programs at different high schools and elementary schools and just kind of being role models for individuals, a number of artists said, you know, they want to do something to at this year's festival to remember these two individuals. And so performers like Tiffany J and Promise Hugie and others are really going to make sure that they, you know, while we're enjoying their music, that they also, again, remember what kind of brought them to where they're at today as well.
Right. So great music definitely in store this year, but what else can we expect at this year's Jubilee?
We always have something for the entire family, whether it's storytelling, face painting, artists who come out and show what they're doing in the community. Demonstration artists is what we call them. And so it's something for the entire family.
And so anyone is invited, the whole city, out-of-towners, come on in. And a really important piece of this is it's being hosted at the Man Simon site in downtown Columbia. Some folk know what that is. You guys just reopened it after renovations and an archaeological dig, actually. It's a whole process. Tell us about that site and why that's important as well to this festival.
Well, the site itself dates all the way back, the family's history dates all the way back to the 1820s and 30s at the site. And so this is truly a very historic site within the African-American community, but also tells a much broader story for our entire area. And so when folks come to this festival, they'll be able to learn about its history, they'll be able to learn about how we discover history. And with the new exhibits that debuted last year, everything's fresh, everything's current, and we're able to take what we learned in those archaeology digs and through other research, including the recovery of over 40,000 artifacts, to learn about this site and the stories of the people who were there and lived there, work there.
It's really exciting when you describe it and talk about it.
It really is exciting. Just to see those artifacts and the exhibits in the house, everyone needs to come out and see it. It's amazing.
All right. So there's so many moving parts to this. It's going to be a one-day festival, but jam-packed the entire time. Going back to Skip and John, we talked about their influence and their impact on this community. Well, this morning we have one of those people who were touched and influenced by those artists. Her name is Sherry Marie. She's one of the headlining performers at this year's Jubilee, among many others. And right now, we're going to get a quick song from her this morning. Take it away, Sherry.
See what I see. Ooh. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So I spend another day afraid to look within, yeah. Searching for my happiness out there somewhere. The pressure's on, can't wait too long. So I just fake it, trying to make it, hey. Just go along to get along. Something calls me to look into the mirror, on the wall. It's telling my secrets that I've been hiding, girl. I don't want to see too deep inside the realness that's in me. La 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 la. Oh, this hazy, mazy, crazy life has been my protection, yeah, from all misdirection. Oh, now I've got to find the courage, to look at me, eye to eye. Liberation's on the way, gotta open up my mind, set my soul free, yeah. The world is turning faster, faster. Oh, set me free. My mirror, oh, hanging on the wall. No deception, just my own reflection, yeah. I don't want to see too deep inside the realness that's in me. Hey la la la, hey la, look in your mirror. Woo, I don't wanna see, no. La 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 la. Look into your mirror, what do you see? You gotta tell the truth. What do you see? Hanging on the wall, telling all of my secrets. I've been hiding. Oh, no, I don't want to see her too deep inside the things that I'm hiding inside of me. Gotta tell the truth to myself about myself. Yeah. Mirror, oh, on the wall. I don't want to do it.
After a car wreck, it can get pretty scary. You may have an insurance company saying the accident was your fault.
I was terrified.
But do you know what an insurance company is scared of? Experience. Put our experience on your side. Call 803-ALL-9s now.
How can I help you today?
Yeah, I need to file a claim. My central air stopped working and needs to be replaced.
Oh, sorry, your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover air conditioners.
So what do you cover?
Well, home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse.
Covered.
But not my air conditioner.
But his air conditioner would have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus major components of 20 other home systems and appliances, from his electrical system to his water heater, and more. Homeowners insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But award-winning American Home Shield helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Get an American Home Shield home warranty. For valuable free information, call 1-800-504-4720. Be sure with the Shield. American Home Shield.
Non-attorney spokesperson. Were you seriously injured in a motor vehicle accident?
Call 800-758-3610.
You may be entitled to compensation. Every day, 96 people die in vehicle accidents. Thousands more injured. It's the leading cause of death for ages 16 to 24. If you were seriously injured or a loved one was killed in a motor vehicle, get some peace of mind now.
Call 800-758-3610.
You may be entitled to compensation.
Let's take a look at the current temperatures. Oh, it's a scorcher out there. All 9s across the board. All 9s? What is this, a George Sink commercial?
It is. If you've been in a car wreck, the forecast calls for all 9s.
Welcome back to Awareness This Morning. You just heard from Sherry Marie, the headlining performer at this year's 2016 Jubilee, and it was a fantastic performance. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
So you are a Columbia native. You're from the area. You live in Atlanta, Georgia now. You're a full-time recording artist, and you knew Skip Pearson, John Blackwell, and W.E. Lyles, a very well-known music instructor here in the area, very well.
Yes.
So talk about their influence on you and why you wanted to be a part of this festival.
Well, thank you. Great question. I'm just overjoyed to be here. Starting with W.E. Lyles, our band director extraordinaire. He really taught me a lot about discipline and about striving for excellence. You know, you got to put the work in. No matter how much talent you have, you still have got to put the work in. And he worked us. He worked us until we passed out, some of us. And for Skip Pearson, he's just my love. He exposed me to jazz, a lot of jazz, and he always said, keep singing. Just whatever you do, wherever you go, keep singing and keep learning. Know your history, and when you get there, give it all. Just give it all. And for John Blackwell, he's our little brother. He started playing drums with my late husband's group, Robert Newton and Lotus Feet, when he was only 15 years old.
Oh, wow, okay.
So we had to sneak him in.
Yeah.
The clubs.
I bet, I'm sure.
Yeah, and he has such a hunger. He just had this huge hunger to be a great drummer, and he did just that. He was always practicing, always striving for more, and, his strive for excellence took him around the world,
Talk to us about your music. It has a very unique sound.
Thank you.
Who are your influences, and just how would you describe your sound?
Wow. Well, my sound is love, really. I mean, everything I sing about is just love. That's what I cut my teeth on, love. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Barbra Streisand, Luther Vandross, Gladys Knight, Chaka Khan. I mean, the list is just... I don't even know if we have enough time to list all of my influences, but I'm very, very blessed to have had parents who love music. So I listened to everything from Broadway to soul to rock to jazz to, just a little bit of everything. And so all of that is infused in what I do. So even with my album, 360 Degree Woman Rebirth, you'll hear some rock, you'll hear some soul, you'll hear a little bit of jazz influence. You'll hear a little bit of everything.
You do have an album out, written a book as well. which can be found at the public library here in Richland County, I have learned.
Yes,
That's awesome.
I'm
What's it
really
called?
honored. Wealthy Woman's Stew, The Journey to Nurturing My Soul.
Interesting
Yeah.
stuff. Sounds very fascinating.
Thank you.
You've been all over the world, all over the country performing. You do this full time.
I do.
Very good, obviously.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're so happy to have you here in Columbia, back home for the Jubilee. We're going to let you sing one more song this morning to take us out to our next break. Sherry Marie, take it away one more time.
Thank you. Somebody told you not to be fabulous. They tried to take your soul. Guess what? They lied. You're in control, in control. Somebody said you'd never be anything. They tried to change your faith. So what? They lied. It's time to shine, time to shine. So shine on. Ooh, shine on. All you do is shine. It's time to shine. Oh, now the moment you were created for, and you can feel it's right. Come on, let's go. Let's go. You're in control. Oh, so tell me why you wanna hesitate. Be bad, be bold. Come on, let's go, go, go. You're in control. It's time to shine, shine on. It's time to shine. Oh, come on, baby, shine on. Oh, it's time to shine. Now, baby, just release your fear. The sky is big enough to hold you. Now, let me make it very clear. You were born amazing. Everything about you is amazing. Everything about you. No matter what they tell you, you're magnificent. All we need you to do is just shine, baby. So come on. It's time to shine. Time to shine. It's time to shine. Baby, 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 shine on. Ooh, it's time to shine. See, it's time to shine. Let your light shine. Oh. Now, baby, just release your fear. The sky is big enough to hold you. Let me make it very, very clear. You were born amazing. With your power, with your faith, with your vision, you can make it. With your power, with your faith, with your vision, you can make it. Shine, shine on. It's your time to shine. Shine on, shine on. It's time, it's time, it's time, it's time, it's time to shine on. Let your light shine. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, oh. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. It's time to shine.
What is WIC?
WIC is a free nutrition program that provides education
and healthy foods to moms like me.
like me.
WIC foods are for working families like us.
To help stretch our food budget.
WIC is for kids like me. Like me. I get the fruits, vegetables, milk, and bread I need to grow up strong and healthy.
WIC is for pregnant women like me to help me breastfeed and care for my baby. WIC is good food.
And a whole lot more.
Call or visit us online and find out if you qualify for WIC.
Problems created by a car accident can be complex and stressful.
Your vehicle is damaged. You're in pain.
You can't get to a doctor. Your injuries are affecting your job.
And you're at your wit's end with the insurance company.
Stop. Take a deep breath. You don't have to do this yourself. Let the experienced professionals at Turnipseed Associates carry the weight and worries for you.
We've been negotiating fair compensation and taking care of people just like you for over 40 years.
Call us today and get your life back in order.
For service that can't be beat, call 260 Heat, and you'll get the pros at ASAP Mechanical Heating and Air. Heating and air conditioning service for the greater Columbia area, including installation, repair, and maintenance on all types of cooling and heating units. We will help you select the system most suited for your home or office.
Limited time offer up to $1,500 instant rebate on Daikin brand comfort systems. Offer expires September 30th, 2017.
Call us when you need us. We'll be right there.
ASAP Mechanical Heating and Air.
Dr. Gregory White will wake you up when it's over. We know all about your fear. You put off dental work year after year. We can save you all the pain. Never fear the dentist again. Dr. Gregory White will wake you up when it's over.
Well, thanks so much for joining us this morning on Awareness. And everyone who was here, a part of the show, thanks so much to you as well. Sherry Marie, Historic Columbia, and of course the Jubilee Committee. So mark your calendars. The Jubilee is coming up on September 16. That's a Saturday. It's going to be from 11 to 6 that day at the historic Man Simon site in downtown Columbia. For more information, visit Historic Columbia's website, and we hope to see you there for a celebration of Black history and culture here in Columbia. Until next time, I'm Leland Pender. This has been Awareness.
Do you worry about